How important are your academics? How do I stand out academically? I get asked this question a lot, and if you really take a look at today's college admissions landscape, there are so many students with 4.0 GPAs and perfect SAT score. So how are you going to stand out beyond just your SAT scores or your GPA? The first thing I really want to mention is your GPA is still important. Ideally, you want at least a 3.9 unweighted GPA or something closer to a 4.0. The transcript and the grade on your transcript is really one of the first things that college admission officers look at. And so you really want to show a grade on the transcript. The second thing I look for is course rigor. How challenging of a course load did you take? And so taking a rigorous AP course load is quite important if you want to get into the top schools in the country. In fact, I always recommend that by the conclusion of junior year, you want to take at least 8 AP exams. Taking 8 AP exams really represents the top 1% of students in the country, while taking 5 AP exams represent the top 15% of students in the country. Taking more than 5 AP exams by the conclusion of your junior year will get you AP Scholar with distinction, whereas in the past, there was an award called the National AP Scholar for taking 8 AP exams, ideally getting 4s and 5s on these AP exams. The third factor I'd look for are your SAT or ACT scores. Ideally, when it comes to your SATs, you want to get above a 1550 on the SATs or a 35 plus on the ACTs. It really doesn't matter which exam you take, but you really want to get at or above those threshold scores to be a competitive applicant, especially when it comes to Ivy League schools. And finally, the last factor, which I will mention, if you really want to stand out among the pack, at least when it strictly pertains to your academics, will be national and regional academic competitions. If you're a STEM student, I'm looking for factors such as, did you compete in the Intel Science and Engineering Fair, or the Junior Science and Humanities Symposium, or the USA Math or Physics Olympiad? Did you take the AMC 10 or 12? And these are especially relevant for STEM students. For humanities students, I'm looking at factors such as, did you compete in the Scholastic Art and Writing Competition, which hands out awards such as Silver Key or Gold Key or Honorable Mention? Or did you compete in the National Speech and Debate Association or Model United Nations? There's a lot of regional and national competitions depending if you're a math and science or humanities student, and this will definitely set yourself apart beyond just your GPA or test scores. I will say that especially if you're trying to get into Ivy League schools such as Harvard, Yale, or Princeton, you really want to get these national awards because you will be competing against students, many of whom we work with, who have these national accolades under their belt. Beyond that, you really want to engage in academic research. Did you get research publications? Did you conduct research with university professor or do an original research paper that got published in a prestigious research journal? At the end of the day, these colleges and universities are research institutions, and you really want to showcase your intellectual curiosity for academics and the original and purest pursuit of knowledge by pushing the boundaries through academic research. What did you discover? What is your hypothesis? What is your problem statement? What experiments did you run? And so we actually have our own in-house research program where we will do deep learning and neural networks and machine learning on an original topic of your choice to get our students into competitions such as the Intel Science and Engineering Fair, or even compete in the Junior Science and Humanities Symposium, or for scholarship programs like Davidson Fellows. And so I will argue that doing academic research can definitely set yourself apart. So this discussion revolves all around academics purely. Obviously, you also need unique extracurricular activities and amazing personal statements and essays to bolster your college admissions profile. But these are the different factors I would look for a student who's looking to stand out in terms of their academics. It really comes down to number 1, your GPA, number 2, your course rigor, number 3, your standardized test scores like your SATs and your APs. Number 4, it comes down to regional and national academic competitions. And number 5, it really comes down to academic research. And so if you're looking to get to a great school, I would really focus on these 5 things if we're strictly talking about academics. We'll create another video about extracurriculars and personal statements, but these are the factors I look for to stand out among the sea of students who have 4.0 GPAs and close to perfect SAT scores.